What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is TammyTalks. We are here to talk the season 15 reunion, part 1 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you're brand new to the channel or a returning viewer that is not yet subscribed, I hope this is the video that changes your mind and gets you to subscribe to the channel. All right. There's been a lot of housewives talk and mess going around, so let's just talk about that really quickly. So I know that B. Scott broke a story, Love B. Scott broke a story that they're going to completely reboot, recast, all that stuff for season 16. I am probably one of the very few people, I'm sure I'm in the minority, I don't think we need a complete reboot. I don't. New York, I know that they keep saying New York is successful. I don't think it is. And I only say that because I don't see a lot of people watching it. You don't see a lot of people talking about New York. There are some content creators that are recapping it, but New York isn't popping the way that it is. Atlanta is going to have to try to get some like major celebrity, major influencer that we know and identify and that is likable in order to do that. I don't think they're going to come onto the show without one of the staples being on there still. The staples are KANDI, Kenya, and Sheree. No matter how y'all feel about them, and I guess you can say Marlo, but Marlo, I feel like people be claiming that they like Marlo. Y'all don't like Marlo. Y'all just hate KANDI and Kenya so much that since Marlo is going against them and is their op, that's who y'all like. So what do y'all think about like this reboot talk that's coming? I know they also have said that at least 2 or 3 of the ladies will remain in the friend of the show capacity. I think Kenya might be on her way out. I don't know. Y'all, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about all that, but let's get into the recap. All right, so starts off with Sheree. So Sheree said that she was having an issue with her breathing. So she got a little tweak on her nose since, y'all was up in there already. Y'all was already up in the nose. So let's do a tweak on it. Girl, bye, Sheree. Marlo said that she is trying to get down to sample size, so she is on Ozempic. Here's the thing with all these celebrities taking Ozempic. They can afford to buy it outright and pay whatever cost or however they're paying off their doctors to go ahead and get it, when there are people that are diabetic that truly need it. And if I'm not mistaken, I read an article somewhere that there is like a shortage of Ozempic right now because it is the new celebrity designer drug, because people don't just want to eat healthy and work out. But okay, Marlo, and to say that you want to get sample size so you're taking it, like, okay. So then we have Drew. Drew is still living with Ralph. A mess, a complete and utter mess. And then we have Sanya, who is now 4.5 months pregnant, and she is now due on Christmas Day. So congratulations to her once again. So I watched the version that was on Peacock because it is uncensored, and I feel like it might have had some extended scenes. I guess that's what people were saying. So I watched that one. So let's get into this mess. So it starts off with Sheree. We see Sheree's package. Sheree said that Bob has not yet taken a blood test to confirm if Candace is his daughter. She doesn't know why her kids haven't told her about it. She said because she is divorced from him. So, and it happened before her. Look, Sheree, that sounds stupid. All of that sounds stupid. Because if that was me, and I found out that I had another sibling, I would call and tell my mama. That's weird that your kids didn't say anything to you about it. And you can tell that it does bother Sheree in some capacity because she's stuttering and stumbling all over her words. And that's how we know that Sheree is lying. So KANDI, they start talking about when KANDI was on her Speak On It. and how Kandi said that after Sheree got her nose done, that she looked like Drew. Kandi said, I said in one picture. And Drew was like, yeah, we were talking about because of the makeup, the hair, whatever the case. So Kandi was like, do you think Drew was ugly? Instigating Kandi. But Kandi is like, oh, so do you think Drew is like ugly? Whatever. Sheree said that that is one of her worst pictures. I said, Lord. The disrespect that Drew endures over and over and over on this show. I don't know why Drew would want to come back. I get that it's probably easy money, but couldn't be me, Drew. You better than me. Sheree then said that she has pulled back from Martell because she keeps getting pulled into his mess. Kenya brings up the fact that, Martell was threatening revenge porn against Melody. For those of you that don't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, Melody is his ex-wife that he cheated on during the pandemic, and had an outside child with, and then continue like a whole mess. He is like basically begging this lady to get back with him on one day, and then the next day he is dragging her up and through the mud. So it's very chaotic. But here's the thing though, like, Sheree, you saw this happening. You saw, and like Kenya said, the stuff that I felt about Martell is what I have watched on TV. So if he does treat you differently, he treats you differently. But let's not act like he came into the marriage with Melody either, treating her, like anything less than a princess, the way that he's probably quote unquote treating Sheree. So it's weird that Sheree, at her big grown age, would even whatever. Nonetheless, she said that she did really like him, but she likes herself more. They're still friends. They still talk, but I guess they're not together. None of it makes sense. Kenya then brings up the Mark. Well, they bring up the situation with Kenya and Mark. So was it Kenya and Mark, Kenya and Roy? Somehow, this is what I didn't like about this reunion. The fact that we're in Sheree's package and we're somehow talking about Kenya and Mark. You see what I'm saying? We were in Marlo's package and we were talking about Kenya. Like, it was too much. Like, Andy didn't stay on task enough for me. So we somehow start talking about Kenya and Mark. And Kenya, they ask about the divorce. Kenya is still not divorced. I guess, I don't know why it bothers people so much. The way people be like, oh my God, get the divorce over. Why does it bother y'all? I don't get that. But Kenya said that the divorce is not over. And right now, Mark is filing contempt of court charges against her because she had Brooklyn in an allegedly unsafe environment. So Kenya said that Mark is using the fact that Marlo was kicking on that door. Now, I don't care what y'all say, how y'all want to slice it, whether y'all are Team Marlo or y'all just hate Kenya that much. It doesn't matter if Brooklyn was in that room or not, on a work trip or not. Marlo kicking that door like a banshee was completely unnecessary. So then for Marlo to say, I felt awful and I apologized that Brooklyn was in their bullshit. No, you should be apologizing for your behavior, because this is the thing with Marlo. How are you a mentor to these foster girls and you behave the way that you do? What are you exactly teaching them? What are you exactly teaching them? Do as I say, not as I do? I don't understand that. So Kenya then pulls out some papers and said that Marlo should have apologized by phone call, but which she should have, because it was all over the blogs. So Kenya issues a subpoena against Marlo. Andy looks at it; it's not filled out. I forgot whose video I was watching, but I was reading online, and some of the, I guess, the real legalese people that watch the show were saying that if you are the person that's involved in a lawsuit, you yourself cannot issue subpoena papers to somebody else. So they believe that Marlo was probably subpoenaed at some point after that. It could have been after the reunion, could have been walking out. Marlo got them subpoena papers because I believe headlines came out that Marlo was subpoenaed. So Marlo is saying how, oh, it's not that big of a deal and blah blah blah. It is though. Here's the thing, like y'all know that she's going back and forth with the custody of her child and all this other type of shit with Merck. I just, whether you knew, like y'all knew, Marlo knew Brooklyn was there though. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. Then it comes out that Kenya said that Marlo has been texting or was calling and texting Mark trying to get dirt on her. Marlo said that she would like to see those text messages. Kenya said they'll be in Discovery. Marlo said I'll for sure be at the thing now. Mess. It just, to me, and I am not a Marlo fan. I'm not a Marlo fan. Marlo seems to be doing everything that she can to stay on this show without showing her real life, right? We're not getting Marlo's real life. Yes, we see Marlo has her nephews, but that is part of her sister story. We're not seeing anything about Marlo's life. Marlo is doing everything she can to deflect what is really going on in her actual life, to pushing it on to let's talk about KANDI, let's talk about Kenya. Let's talk about Drew. What this reunion did show us is how deep this divide is between these two sides. Just the way that they're sitting, we see how deep this divide is. On one side, you have Sheree saying Marlo, who no matter what any of those three say, the other two are co-signing, even when they know that the shit doesn't make sense. The loser side. They're the loser side. They're the loser side. Let's be real about it. Why? Because they sit there and lie and talk behind everybody's back. I'm sorry, I am all about my friends, right? But if my friends are flat out butt ass naked wrong, I am not going to publicly defend you for something that I know that you're wrong about. I'm not going to do that. I cannot do that. I have too much respect for myself to do that. So we then talk about Sheree'S birthday and how Martell didn't pay the bill. Sheree said that it was her event and that Martell was invited. What I really hated that they didn't call out or show was, why didn't we ask Sheree how she felt about Sanya lying and saying that she wasn't the one that told Kenya when Sanya was the one that told Kenya. Like, I feel like the editing, the production is more one-sided towards this right side of the couch here. Towards the Sanya, Sheree, Marlo side. Editing has been in their favor this entire time. We keep calling Drew a liar, but let's not forget that Sanya is a big-ass liar too. And Sanya be lying to their face about stuff. Then when she calls out, she tries to talk in circles about it. So Andy said that Sheree has an interesting relationship with bills. Sheree starts stuttering. I pay all my bills. Okay, Sheree. I just kind of feel like nobody can say Tammy doesn't pay her bills because I pay my bills. So the fact that if you know yourself that you pay your bills, why are you even getting upset about the fact that somebody might be saying that you haven't? That's what I don't get about Sheree. She's so... Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So then we have Sheree pulling out a screenshot of a comment from the guy that did her fashion show, and him showing that he did get paid from doing that. Oh, she lost my spot. Okay, so then it turns into KANDI saying that, but none of the clothes that were on the runway are on your website, which is a fact. Right? The hell was that? I'm sorry, y'all heard something. Okay, which is a fact. The stuff that is on Sheree's that we saw on that runway was never put onto the website. So it then turns into KANDI and Sheree going back and forth. Sheree said that the floors at OLG and that Blaze are dirty. She needs to go mop them. She's then saying that her body is better than KANDI. KANDI said, yeah, you talk about butt shots. What about all the shots in your face? Sheree is saying that she hasn't lied about anything with her face. KANDI calls her a low down, dirty, nothing ass bitch. I'm sorry, but if you call me that, we are no longer friends. Okay? If I have to call you that, we are no longer friends. To me, I feel like it's a safe assumption that KANDI and Sheree are not friends. So Sheree just stuttering and trying to get everything out. Sheree also said that KANDI, I guess, stole the idea, or they referenced back to KANDI stealing ideas or something. They showed a clip of KANDI saying OLG is my idea, is about my aunts, whatever the case. KANDI tells Sheree to focus on her businesses. Sheree tells KANDI to focus on her businesses. KANDI said, I do. It's just like, Sheree, that was the dumbest thing to ever say. Like, y'all complain about KANDI working all the time. Lord have mercy. So Sheree told KANDI to focus on her businesses because she keeps having shootings. Look, y'all. Having a shooting in the parking lot of your business is nothing that you can control, right? Because if I go to a parking lot of the Kroger up the street from me and I pull out a gun and I shoot somebody, how does that reflect on the Kroger? How? If I go to the steakhouse up the street from me, if I go to the Outback, if I go to Ruth's Chris, if I go to a Benihana, if I go to any restaurant of Fleming's, right? And I stand in the parking lot and I get into a fight with somebody, I get into a verbal altercation that then turns into a fight, and I pull out a knife or I put out a gun, that has nothing to do with the establishment. That's what I don't understand about why they keep saying that this is KANDI's fault. Now, if it is a worker, right? If it is an employee that during his shift pulls out a gun and shoots a patron, that's different. Then it's like, KANDI, who are y'all hiring down at the Blaze? But in this scenario, when it is somebody that it's an isolated event that happens outside, what does that have to do with anything? Sheree then pulls out a pamphlet called the She News, and KANDI was like, you need to be printing fashions instead of printing this, and it's like, yeesh. So Sheree pulls out this pamphlet that is full of negative clips and reviews of KANDI's restaurants put into one. That is the lamest shit I've ever seen. That was lame, Sheree. That was lame. It's not even like you was like, when I went, it would have been better if Sheree was like, okay, so I went to Blaze myself, and this is my personal review, and you critique all the stuff that happened. But you putting together different clips and stuff, what? But it's also like, KANDI, if y'all having all these issues, clean floor, whatever the case, get your shit together. Don't keep letting Todd open up restaurants. Get that shit together. Go buff the floors. Don't let nobody say another thing about them dirty floors. I just, like, the stuff that they're arguing about is like, you can tell that it's just Sheree reaching. It's Sheree reaching. At the end of the day, Sheree then says she's not turned a profit. At the end of the day, Sheree, She by Sheree did not pan out the way it should have. You need to accept that. You need to get a true business plan. You probably need to get somebody to help you run this so that this shit can be taken care of expeditiously. Point blank, period. Don't let them keep making She by Sheree a joke. You've allowed yourself to be a joke. You've allowed your business to be a joke. That's on you. That is on you. They didn't talk about KANDI's store, which just gets products in to sell it. And she was like, I'm not trying to pass this off as my stuff the way Sheree is. That's a fact. Sheree, your fashions, some of the designs were on Shein. They were. And then Sheree gives Drew the bag that she wanted from the last reunion, and then Sanya's pick me ass. I want a bag too, boss. Shut up, Sam. I hope Sanya doesn't come back. I hope she doesn't. Where is Ross been? Where is your husband? Why is your husband never with you aside from at group events? Why didn't we get any real scenes of the two of y'all at home? Hell, we were just as shocked that Ross was that you got pregnant because y'all aren't filming together. He's always in Texas. What's in Texas? So we get Drew. Drew said that shooting the movie with KANDI and Todd was top tier. Everything did go smoothly. Sheree said, I heard you, and she only got 10K. Whispered it to Marlo so that Marlo could blurt it out. Because that seemed to be what Sheree and Sonya were doing, whispering stuff to Marlo. And then Marlo, non-couth having ass would yell it out. KANDI said, we paid her more than $10,000. Drew said that she came down below what she usually gets, and KANDI agreed that she did. I am one of those people that I was with Drew when she said that she wanted to only do Lifetime and above. Now, when KANDI said good luck, Drew is an actress, though. It's not like Drew is a housewife that is like dipping her toe into acting. Drew is a bona fide, legit actress. She is. So, can I see Drew on a Lifetime movie? Absolutely. I don't think that it will be hard for Drew to book a Lifetime. Hell, they booking Vivica Fox. They booking Viv. Candace Cameron Burr stays booked and busy. The Mowry twins, Keisha Knight Pulliam. Let's be real. Drew is for all intents and purposes, Drew is in the same acting range as Keisha Knight Pulliam. So Kelly Rowland, like Drew is no worse of an actress than any of those people. So Kenya apologizes for calling Drew's video a low budget Beyonce blow. I don't think that was shade. It was. The blow video is Beyonce and them skating. Drew's was a lower budget version of that. However, she apologizes for that. We know that Drew apologized for talking about Kenya's career. Boom, boom, boom. They then talk about KANDI and Drew in this kiss situation. KANDI did not like that Drew was calling her a liar. I think KANDI did too much with that. I think KANDI went a step too far with that. But, KANDI pegs herself as not just lying frivolously about different things. So, there. Drew said it was a KANDI-coded lie. Marlo said that she is 80% sure that she saw them kiss. And the thing is, Marlo does not want to be on KANDI and Kenya's side for any reason. So she's not going to agree with them in that moment. Even though later, when Marlo got into it with Drew, she quickly yelled out, yeah, you like to kiss girls and lie about it. So did you see your kiss or not, Marlo? This is why people don't like Marlo. Because Marlo, you know that the only reason that Marlo is not saying that she is 100% sure is because KANDI and Kenya said they are. If Sheree were to say, no, I'm 100% sure that I saw them kiss, Marlo would be saying the same thing. She just doesn't want to be on KANDI and Kenya's side because it's giving us single white female when it comes to them. She is obsessed with them. It's crazy. It's weird. I don't like it. So Marlo was then asked about the body shaming in this moment right here. Marlo deflects as usual. We have Drew saying that she doesn't lie. Where is the lie? Pick out the lie. KANDI says that she now is kind of more on Ralph's side. She thinks that Ralph gaslights Drew. That she thinks that Drew gaslights Ralph. I said, wow. I feel like that's kind of major. That is kind of major for... I don't see it as that. We know that Drew lies, but we have seen Ralph gaslight Drew. We haven't seen Drew do it. We just haven't seen it. Doesn't mean it's not happening, but we haven't seen it. Marlo then says that Ralph reached out to her and she told him that she hopes they get things back together and they fix things. I just kind of feel like they keep talking about how Kenya was talking to everybody else's husband. The fact that Marlo and Ralph have conversed on a couple occasions, I feel like it's not okay either. Why is Ralph reaching out to you, Marlo? Why are you so freely giving up that information? So Courtney and Maneta come out. Courtney said that my dad's sister is married to Ralph's uncle. Girl, y'all are not cousins. Y'all ain't cousins. Because y'all would have been said that. Y'all just came up with that shit. I saw on Twitter somebody said that Courtney lives in Tampa or did live in Tampa at that time. Y'all know I think Courtney is a side chick. You going way too hard. Way too hard. Courtney was like, yeah, we didn't know each other. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. Drew throws a plum at Courtney, says she couldn't find any peaches. Where do they film this? LA? Marlo was like, don't be throwing shit over here on my dress because shit got to go back. Okay, Marlo didn't pay for that dress. She is renting it. She can't have no fruit stain in it, Drew. Marlo was so mad about that. So we get Marlo's package. Marlo said her and Scott Lee are still dating and having fun. She has not met his kids. He has not met her nephews. She said they have had sex together. They have had sex. Kenya said that Marlo didn't go on a date with Roy. They just met up for some lunch. And she said Marlo should know that because Marlo's dates end with money on the dresser. I said, Jesus Christ. Do I think that Marlo is really dating Scott Lee? I don't. Do I think that Marlo has brought Scott Lee onto this show to just have somebody to film with to kind of one up Kenya for not having a man on the show on a consistent basis? Yes. I don't think that Marlo is really with this guy. And I know we've seen like she's posted him on her Instagram and they're dancing around and whatever the case. I do not think that Marlo is seriously dating this guy whatsoever. And I don't think that they have slept together either. I don't even think we've seen them actually kiss on the show. So they then talk about why Roy wasn't on the show much. And Kenya got caught in a lie because Kenya said that it was, I would rather Kenya just say he don't want to be on the show. I want to keep this relationship private. Because we have seen them after the show finished wrapping. They went to KANDI's birthday together. We've seen them at events together on Instagram. So Kenya said that because he was turned off by Marlo saying some of the things that he said about him popping her cherry. And Marlo kind of agreed with that. And it was popped her dating cherry or whatever the case. But Kenya was like, he saw the super trailer and that's why Andy was like, that comes out after we are done filming though. So Kenya gets caught in a lie when she should have just said, I don't want him on the show because I don't want us to throw cracks in what we got going on. But at the same time, we do know that a lot of Kenya's storyline was cut out this season. So maybe he was around more and production just didn't show it. We have no idea. So Courtney claims that she did not know Ralph was her cousin before the show, but they found out that they used to spend time together and now they are fast and furious cousins. So let's just go back up to this, right? Courtney said that her dad's sister, she didn't say her aunt, but her dad's sister is married to Ralph's uncle. Her dad's sister is married to Ralph's uncle. So her aunt? So Ralph's dad is her uncle? Ralph's uncle was her uncle. They have the same uncle. How does that come up in conversation? What conversation are you having at a party that comes up? Unless it's oh, okay, my name is Tammy Edwards. It's not, but my name is Tammy Edwards and my name is Ralph Pittman. You know what? I got some Edwards in my family. Okay, who do you know that's Edwards? Unless it's some shit like that. But I don't understand how that would happen. What are y'all talking about to find out that at a party? But nonetheless. So we then get to Sheree in real time and only does it in her confessionals. Sheree said that we all do. I do address people in real time. I'm not scared of nobody. Sheree, stop it. You do. Like Kenya said, we all do it on the show. All of us do it, but Sheree does it exponentially. She does. She does, and she knows she does, but she's not going to admit that. So, okay. Sheree then get asked why she did not defend Kenya when Kim asked if she was still alive. Sheree said, well, Kim says a lot of things. We know that Sheree is up Kim's ass, right? Sheree has always been up Kim's ass. Sheree has always been on the wrong side of history when it comes to Kim. She then said that Kim didn't mean it. She was just saying it. What am I supposed to say back? So then we have Sanya kissing her ass in the corner, like, oh yeah, I mean, a lot of shade is thrown. Shut up, Sanya. Shut up. Shut up. I just don't understand. What possibly made Sanya want to go and run up behind Sheree and Marlo? Why? We already know that Marlo plays puppeteer with Sanya. Tells her what to dress, tells her how to wear, tells her everything. When they said that Sanya went back upstairs to change because Marlo told her that she needs to have on a skirt, and she really ran her ass up to change. Like, I came back, Marlo. I have it in my hand. I have it in my bag. It was like, girl, what the fuck? What? But okay. Marlo critiques the lady's looks. Kenya calls her Mrs. Roper. Did y'all notice how she had something to say about the ladies over there across the ops? But on her side, we look great. Always kills it. Yes. What Marlo looks a mess. That dress is not cute. It's not. And the fact that Kenya was able to call her Mrs. Roper. Do you watch Three's Company that often, Kenya? Mrs. Roper would have never popped up in my mind. Sanya and Sheree get called out for laughing when Courtney said that KANDI brought out the ghetto. Called KANDI ghetto. And KANDI was like, it didn't feel good. Sanya said that KANDI set that precedent by laughing when Drew flipped her hair on her. This is truly why I don't like Sanya. Laughing when somebody, here's the thing, and like KANDI said too, if you laughed, you laughed, but you lied to my face and said that you didn't defend me. You didn't. So Sanya was like, I did defend you because I said to her that, KANDI's my friend and tell KANDI. And KANDI is like, why didn't you just tell me that you laughed though? Sanya didn't think that was, a big thing to tell. I would have truly been like, she called you ghetto. I did laugh in the moment, but I also told her ass she need to come talk to you about that. The fact is, like, Sanya keeps getting caught in this. Sanya lied to Sheree and said that she didn't tell anybody about Martell not paying the bill. We have seen Sanya lie about things before. So, like, the fact that people ignore that about Sanya, because like Sanya has stands in this realm. Stand her for being an Olympian, but you want to stand her in this realm? Why? Why? She's a terrible housewife. She is a god-awful housewife. She is. So we then have Sheree being hurt that she got called a hyena by Maneta for laughing and lying when Marlo slammed that door. You got called a hyena because you were laughing. You were laughing. You can be called a whole lot worse than a hyena. All right? So here's the thing. Sheree went on to say, well, I was 2 or 3 people back. I was just trying to keep the peace. But now here, like, you can't say that though, because if I say, did she just slam the door on me? If you didn't see it because you were 2 or 3 people back, why did you come running up and so confidently say she didn't slam the door on her? But then in your confessional say, yeah, she did slam the door on her. That's why people don't be fucking with you, Sheree, to be real. Your explanation of I was just trying to keep the peace by lying and defending Marlo in that moment, I feel like so many times they're not getting called. Sheree and Sanya are not getting called out for the stuff that they need to be getting called out about. And while I don't think that Andy is a terrible host, I do think that they do need to bring in a more impartial person such as Miss Gossip Girl. Hell, no, you can't bring in Tamar. But they do need to bring in some more impartial people that's going to hold everybody's feet to the fire. Because a lot of the stuff that they were saying, Andy like didn't come back and be like, "Nah, you did." Like, we have it on tape. I didn't understand that. So we then get to talking about Courtney calling Kenya's fall karma. And Courtney was like, well, it was because she was cussing out production or whatever. And I'm like, Courtney was clearly brought for a reason. I do not believe that Sheree and Courtney were truly friends before this. I think they might have known each other, but Courtney was brought on here to cause chaos, and that's what she did. We talked about Kenya's soft opening. She had her soft opening. We know that that was cut from the show, and she's currently working on building out the loft area. So there was a woman that I feel was over the weekend or maybe Thursday or something that decided to go to the building where Kenya has her spa and decided to do some investigative work and made a number of videos saying that the place isn't open and Kenya's a lie and blah 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 and all this other type of stuff. KANDI was in the comments and was like, "That's a lie. We were there." Kenya did say that it was a soft opening. It did take place in her suite. The building that y'all are seeing is the entrance, is the hallway. There is a door right there that goes into her suite. So Kenya said it will be open fall 2023. Fall does not end, or fall doesn't start until September 22nd. So, okay, y'all are so weird. Like, who has the time to go and like really investigate and see? Like, y'all, people are weird. People are weird. Y'all do anything, any and everything for a couple follows and likes on social media. It's astounding. It's alarming, to be real. KANDI then get asked about does she really even want to be a part of this group since she wasn't around and she was always leaving early. KANDI said that she was coming out of a very public situation with her group, which we all watched the Escape show with SWV. It was a lot going on. So KANDI said that like she came into that, she had a lot going on, she was ready to go at it with anybody, and she just kind of bit off more than she can chew in that period. She had too much shit going on basically, because you know KANDI's touring while she's filming this, she's doing this stuff with Broadway, she's filming movies, she's filming TV shows, she was busy. So we then get Drew telling Courtney not to speak on her son. What kind of really pissed me off in this moment was Marlo being like, "Oh Lord," that's because Marlo doesn't mind speaking on other people's kids. I felt Drew. By no means should Courtney be saying anything about their kids? And this is why Courtney comes across as like a side chick or a fuck buddy or something, because you really feel a little too strongly about what's going on between her and Ralph. Why do you feel with this man that you just met that you know the ins and outs and everything within their relationship and within their marriage? That doesn't make sense. So Drew was like, "See what's going to happen. Stop talking about my son." Courtney said, "And what are you going to do about it?" So you're going to keep talking about this child? Courtney then said she didn't say anything about her son, and Andy was like, "Yeah, you did." Courtney was like, "I knew the cameras were still going." Girl, no, you didn't, because you just said you didn't know anything about it because you obviously did not think that the cameras were running. That was part one of the reunion, y'all. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Oh my God, this video was so long. Let me know what you guys thought about this. If you have not already, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.